Okay, so this is how I use the dark corner thought experiment with patients, and it's really to provide them with an opportunity to tell you, in a metaphoric sense, how much they want to be challenged, how much they want to be supported. And it's all about setting them a challenge, setting them a problem, and getting them to think about how they would work out the process of overcoming it. What are the solutions? Remember, the problem isn't the problem, the solution is the problem. So I would say to you, imagine that I'm in this corner of the room and I can see everything in front of me. I can see that there's some obstacles. There's a table here, there are some chairs behind me, and the one door, the one escape door out of this room is directly behind me in the opposite corner. So I can see what's in front of me, I can see that there are some obstacles, I can see what's happening, but then I only see it for 1 second. And after that, I am blind. Somebody completely takes away my vision. I am in the dark. I cannot see anything in front of me. It's like being inside a cave. So I've seen the obstacles, I've seen where the door is, but now I can't see anything. What are my options? That's the problem. What are my options to try and get out of this room? What are the solutions? If you ask patients this question, they'll do a number of things, of course. And there's not just one solution, there are many. So some people will take the graduated, careful approach where they'll say, well, I'll slowly start coming out of the room. I'll feel my way along the wall as I go, and I may then start to feel for where the table is. I might get down on my hands and knees and crawl and feel for where these obstacles are, and eventually I'm going to head in this general direction to get towards the door. So some people will take this approach. Some people, passive patients, people who are really quite frightened, people with kinesiophobia, say, for example, will say, I'm going to stay here. I won't move. I'm going to remain in this corner and I'm going to shout for help. Somebody will come and help me. The beauty of a thought experiment is you're in charge of the thought experiment. So for these people, I would say, there's nobody. Now, the nearest person to you is 20 miles away. You're on your own. You can shout all you want, but nobody's going to come. Some patients will still say, I'm staying here. I'm not moving. They are utterly fearful of doing things. They are quite passive in their approach towards this solution. Of course, the opposite of this is some people will say, okay, this is easy. I've seen what the obstacles are. I've seen where the door is. I'm just going to go for it. And what they'll do is they'll walk confidently straight ahead and they'll end up doing this. Oh no, God. They'll bash their knee. They'll end up now back in the corner of the dark room, this time with another problem. Now they've got a sore leg and they're back in the dark corner of the room. So they have a failed experience. They have a negative, pessimistic outlook on this approach. And then what do? When the leg has become less sore and when they're ready to go again, they'll go, oh, okay, well, I just did it wrong before. I'm going to do it well this time. So they confidently stride forwards again, but this time they stride forwards and they trip over the table of the leg, or the leg of the table, and now they're smashed on the floor. This time they've got a bruised face. Now they're back in the dark corner again. This time, a bruised face, a sore leg, 2 repeated failed attempts. I'm sure you see this with patients, those people who just keep trying things and it's not working. So again, this experiment, this thought experiment, gets you to think about the different ways that people will approach a problem and how much challenge you might need to give them and how much support they might need also.